All right. So, where did we leave off? What happened last session? Let's take this from the start because I know we got a lot of people who are just tuning in and they don't know what the fuck is going on. So, come here, Dan. You will be the token with which I'll explore things. The party's running along through the Underdark, and they had a revelation wherein they learned that two of their party members, two of the NPCs traveling the party, those being Topsy and Turvy, a pair of Snurfniblin twins, I think. Snurfniblin, turned out to be were-rats. They had thought that they were crazy. They had thought they were sick. And surprise, surprise, it was were-rats. And as it turns out, the full moon doesn't give a shit if you're in the Underdark or on the surface. So they shifted. It was a big, huge combat in which Glossy totally did not contract were-ratitude. All right?
No way.
Oh my god, I hope that's a thing.
I'm much more...
You better check your attitude, sir.
Check your attitude.
Like seriously, right? I'm waiting for.
I want no lip from you, all right? So while that's been going on, in response to all of that, right? Gitana had to wrestle one of those were-rats down with a silver necklace.
Both.
She had to wrestle them both down with a silver necklace and knock them out because she didn't want to kill her party members because she's trying to get everybody out safely. But apparently this didn't settle well with one of the two twins, and that one of the two twins bolted. So when they woke up the next day, they had to go chasing her down. In the process, they found one of the twins was trapped under like an avalanche of silver vein rocks that were keeping him pinned, and they freed him in his haste, like he thought he had found out where maybe she was buried underneath Silvermane's, and it turned out to collapse underneath them all, and everybody fell down into this abandoned temple to Jubilex, the ooze god of the abyss. Now, they've been coming through here and exploring this place rather slowly, but cautiously. They came through here. There was this point here where Dan managed to take some rubbings with some chalk and some paper of a document that documents history before time existed. And that, as we have yet to find out if that's going to drive him mad by reading it. They came up here and they found themselves looking at a statue of Jubilex, and on either side of this statue, they saw these piles of skulls, and everybody saw like their own internal conflicts made manifest symbolically through these skulls. Then everybody came through here. There was this poison gas, and then they kept exploring through here. They passed up over this thing here, and in this room here, where we found ourselves, you'll see all these dead skeletons. There were these skeletons that weren't just content to sit back on the other side of all this difficult terrain and all these pillars in the darkness and pepper the party with arrows, but they thought it was fucking hilarious the whole time, and for the never-ending barrage of laughter, they were dubbed the Laughers. And they managed to overcome these Laughers, almost killing Gitana twice over the course of that encounter.
Yeah, well, I murdered a lot of them, so...
You did.
And so from there, they in that encounter, Glossy, in an effort to save Stool's life, knocked Stool clean out, just backhanded.
Money
and
shot.
that starts already. Tech Yumi donated $10. The command is live. I've been harsh to Carpe lately, so one crit to my favorite badge. Please go easy tonight on me in the one shot, Carpe. Also a botch for Dan.
Why? Because fuck you, that's why.
I wish there were better reasons than just fuck you.
Wait a minute. Did I just beat out Lady A for Yumi's favorite vag?
Pretty certain you did.
So don't start a war. You can't. Don't start a war. You can't finish, son.
Don't write a check. Your ass can't cash. All right.
It's not my ass that has to do it. It's my vag.
So they came up here and they determined that this red light was actually the power of Jubilex himself, and the two dwarven ladies decided to sacrifice themselves by heading into it in order to collect one of the companion that they're looking for here. They found her shoe. And so, in that, Eldith, the NPC, who's with the party, picked up the madness of complete and total apathy. Her dead sister started appearing to Gitana as the only...
No, she didn't. We're fine. Everything's fine here now.
As the only NPC that Gitana can now trust. There's been a lot of tension.
It's a ghost.
There's been a lot of tension about this dead sister. We still don't know exactly how Ront, another one of the NPCs with the party, was involved in the sister's death. Those details haven't been revealed to us, but we know that Eldith definitely seemed pissed at Ront about it. And Ront's buddies, who the party killed with Ront's help, seem to be in possession of a staff that belonged to Eldith's sister. Moving along, the party came down here. They walked all the way back around here. passed through this poison gas a second time and found themselves dashing when we left off, dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh.
Get the fuck out of my way.
Plunging into the deep blackness of smoke they could not see through because it was the only another donation. $15 says, I'm throwing a curveball. 3 crits to Dan. He better do something stupid.
Guaranteed, my friend.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Wow.
All right. So,
great.
in addition to all of that, during one of the random encounters, because the party has been moving through the Underdark on the run from Drow. They've been running from Drow because they were slaves. They were enslaved by the Drow in an outpost called Velkenvir, and so they were on their way on the run, and they encountered a giant rocktopus, which is basically what it sounds like. It's an octopus with electric guitars and all 8 tentacles. Wait, no. No, it's an octopus made out of stone, and
I remember that. I would have told a story about that.
I know, right? And so at the end of that random encounter, Dan had actually been thrown hurtling over a cliff and prayed for his life to Vecna because there had been a statue of Vecna on the bridge, or a statue of Vecna's hand. He hit the ground,
and knowing his luck,
he crits on the praying to Vecna roll.
I didn't think it was gonna work.
He critically succeeded. It was a nat 20, not even an unnatural 20. It was a nat 20 praying to Vecna. And in turn, Vecna said, you will be my vessel, and I will spare you this death. And Vecna has brought him back in some strange state of undeath that we have yet been able to identify. But it has been altering him slowly. Not altering his personality, per se, but like he's been experiencing hunger very recently that he can't seem to sate with his rations, and his heart's not beating. He doesn't have to breathe. We're not certain what's wrong now. Gitana seems a little bit suspicious of this, and she understands that something is going on, right? Because of a conversation that Dan had with Gitana where he let the secret slip that he was not supposed to let slip, and as a result of his secret slipping, Vecna, the god of secrets, took it upon himself to punish Dan a little bit by increasing the intensity of his curse.
He should have checked my character sheet before he decided to make me his vessel. It says right on there, can't keep a secret.
The gods work in mysterious ways, Dan.
That's the best thing about this, is that the guy who has the character flaw, can't keep a secret, is in league with Vecna, the god of secrets.
It's almost like it's a match made in the Underdark. So when we last left off, Turvey was plunging on ahead into the smoke.
And I believe Dan had run ahead as well. Or Dan was planning on it.
Yeah, I'm going.
Yeah, he was. He was following.
All right, so the group is collectively moving through.
I'm covering my mouth and holding my breath because I remember what happened in the purple stuff.
All right.
Dan just continues to not breathe.
All right, I need everybody to roll me strength.
Ah, sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna go here, and then that's about how. Okay.
12.
Oh, actually, all of these are botches.
Oh yeah, that's. No wait, no. I think this is a crit for me.
Can I get the mods? Okay, DM has 5 crits. Gitana has 2 botches. Glossy has 1 crit and 3 botches. Dan has 1 botch lined up. Oh no, Dan has 1 crit lined up, and then 4 botches, and then 3 crits. And Stool has 2 crits and 2 botches, so Stool will also crit this. Who's bringing Stool along, by the way? The Stool being
Mac, that date is beautiful. Good job.
Stool, do all of my players remember what their rolls are going to be? Because I'm going to not fucking remember shit.
Yes, I've got 4 botches and 3 crits left.
Yeah, I got 2 botches.
Okay, so I think Dan just crit, right?
I did, yes.
Okay, so Dan, you're going to move up ahead. Okay. Gitana, Glossy, and Eldith. Eldith is. I don't think there are any rolls targeting Eldith. I'm not going to waste a crit from the GM on this because that would be like seriously low impact and not what Robo was looking for. So he's going to get. She's going to roll off, and she's going to get a 7. She'll be fine. All right. So Gitana and Glossy, you're both going to botch.
I crit first, apparently.
Oh, you crit?
Son of a motherless goat.
All right, so Gitana.
Leave it behind the door.
The rest of the party, like as soon as you start moving through this smoke, you at this point, like it's no stranger to you that darkness can take physical form, like that it can gain tangible resistance, and so it dawns on you as you start walking through this smoke that this is not smoke. This is the thickest darkness you have laid eyes on. It's the smoke was coming from inside the house. No, So you're pushing through, and like the more you press, right, the thicker it gets, and it's almost as if it's fighting back. Now, for Glossy, who's feeling a little nimbly lately, like he's like, oh, okay, I'll just kind of like slip through. Dan doesn't even notice, right?
Oh, money shot.
All right, Dan spoken. Arvor donated 2.5 and said advantage for Dan.
Vecna.
Lends
God.
a helping hand to the man who tries hard. Vecna.
Thank you, Arvor. All right, so we'll tack that onto the
Where's
end of
Vecna working?
we'll tack that onto the end of Dan's. The viewers are controlling the dice string now. Gitana.
Am I ever actually going to roll my own dice? Ever
Probably
again?
not. Like
No.
it doesn't happen very often anymore. So Gitana, as you're pushing through the smoke, right? It pushes back. You're not gonna take shit from a.
Fuck you. Yeah, fuck you.
and so you start struggling, and you're gonna get caught in the smoke. Now,
Can I attack the smoke?
You're considered to be grappled right now.
Okay.
Okay, so you're grappled by the smoke. The thing is, none of us can see nor hear the fact that she is being grappled and choked out by smoke.
And I've got another botch. Oh my god, this is so funny. I'm super sorry. That's really funny.
Of all the players at my table, I want it noted that I was not planning on Pluto Fairy being the one who might die because something was getting shoved down her throat. All right, that wasn't my doing, but it is typical of Pluto Fairy. All right. This is happening to the same player that brought you I rip off my shirt as a combat maneuver.
It was covered with ichor, and I got stuck in it afterwards, so it's not like I even succeeded.
She botched her stripping roll, all right?
But you did sex good.
got stuck in my
But
shirt.
you did do sex good. There was that.
That was,
You
yeah,
do
I did that. Okay, well, anyway.
So, Gitana,
I'm dying
you're
to smoke right now.
right, and it's choking you out. This is it's
Fuck
not
you,
even
smoke.
smoke.
I'm super angry. Fuck you, smoke.
So do we realize that she has not come out?
You know what? Go ahead and roll. I want everybody to. Do you want to spend an action to check, like, make certain everybody made it through the smoke? All right.
Sure, I botched.
My god.
Dan.
Yes!
Dan. No, I
Oh,
like.
look, everyone's here. Keep going.
Okay, so Glossy. All right. So Glossy. Dan, I'm not letting you spend that action. All right.
Aw.
You shush. You are distracted. You're too hungry. All right. You're just too fucking hungry to even think
That's
about it right
true.
now.
I am.
However, Glossy,
It's like,
Yeah.
do you want to spend that action?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you crit or botch? I don't remember.
Oh, I botch.
All right. So the group will move forward here. Turvey is too panicked about not being able to feel his twin sister to notice anything. Eldith just doesn't care because she's crazy. And will continue to be patently insane until the end of the next encounter, because that's what happened.
That's
And
gonna suck.
Dan, you're so distracted by this gnawing hunger. You're scarfing down. You've eaten like 3 or 4 meals worth of trail rations, and it's just not working. You're still
it sucks.
starving.
Gnawing hunger, huh?
And Glossy, just because you're becoming a were-rat doesn't mean that you've forgotten that family is everything, right?
Right.
So you take a look around, right? And Dan has stool, right?
Yes, Pluto. All dwarves look alike.
Dan has stool and won't look at you, but whatever. Stool is just like not he's refusing to acknowledge your existence right now. But it looks like everybody's here. And you know
Okay.
what? Like it looks like everybody here, and like you can feel Turvey's like gnawing, like, and it seems to be it's a little distracted, but you're pretty certain that everybody seems to be fine. So we will all happily move on while Pluto Fairy possibly botches to the trap.
Well, okay, is this thing gonna instantly kill me, or
No.
am I gonna get to punch this shit in the
No,
face?
you get the chance to.
Okay.
We'll give it to you.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Okay.
All
Well,
right.
so, sometimes there are the one shot. It's like, okay, you just took like 5d10 necrotic damage, so shut up.
Just
You
because I'm
know?
willing to throw a rock at you when you're level 1 doesn't mean I'm gonna instantly kill you with a trap. Okay.
Fight your fucking trap.
So everybody's gonna start moving along now. At this point, because everybody's moving along, right? That's another round. So Gitana, I would like you to roll me a grapple check to try and get out of this smoke. Oh, you botch, don't you?
Yeah, no, I have a second botch. That's
Alright,
the best
so-
part. That's
so-
why I'm like, no, I have another botch, and then I get to roll. So that's why I'm like, no, if the next one is gonna kill me, it's gonna get me if it's a lot of damage.
So we're gonna do some damage to you here. Okay. We're gonna do 10 damage as it started to crush you.
I'm so angry.
All right, that's what you get for
pissing me off.
So like you're still struggling in the smoke, and nobody seems like you don't know that everybody else is just moving along without you, right? You're just like suddenly caught in this like.
I'm assuming Here's the thing. I'm panicking because I'm assuming my teammates are going through the same agony that I am.
Right.
And I gotta get out because my teammates are doing this too. No, I'm gonna pop out of the smoke and be like, "Oh, you fuckers."
And okay, so that'll be another round. We'll call it a couple more steps here, all right? That everybody gets to move up forward, but there's gonna be some stuff going on here in a second. So Katana, now give me a grapple check. That's an athletics roll. You can base that on strength or dexterity as you see fit. That'll be enough to get you out. So finally, you're gonna realize that it's just equal and opposite. Right? Like, in your fury and rage, you're gonna start realizing that every time you flex your muscles, you can't move. But when you don't, when that arm isn't moving, like, it's not wrestling you. And you're like, what? And you kind of like, you would take a deep breath if you could breathe right now. Right?
Right.
But okay, calm, think quicksand. Right, you've heard legends and stories about quicksand. You know, your family encountered this in their ventures around where they were almost dying to quaggeth. Right, you stop and just quicksand. How do you quicksand? You stop struggling. That's how you. And then
I really want to hit this shit with my axe, but I suppose that I need to get out of the darkness first.
So you'll stop and you relax, right? And then as soon as you relax, right, the smoke just becomes instantly vaporous around you. And you can kind of turn around and then punch it on your way out if you want.
Right, yeah, I would like to punch it on the way out, but I need to be out of the smoke before I do. It'd be
All
like,
right, so you will totally step out as the party seems to have taken just a couple of steps up ahead, right? Like completely oblivious to what's going on. You'll have to...
What's the matter with you?
It's fucking smoke, man!
What about it?
What was the problem with this? Oh, hi.
Hi! I guess, you got... Okay, whatever. I'm gonna attack the smoke.
Alright, roll me an attack.
I'm gonna attack the smoke.
Take a swing.
I'm super... Fuck you, smoke!
Did you find anything in there that I could eat?
Hold on, where's my thing?
Or that I could eat?
Oop.
Seriously.
Fuck you,
Oh, yeah.
smoke!
You'll turn around and fucking... Right, and the smoke actually seems to shudder as your axe rips through it, as if it is sentient and feels pain.
Yeah, the smoke's alive, by the way, fuckers, as I keep hitting the smoke.
Is it edible?
You want to kill it before we come back? That'd make it easier to get out. If we
What do you think I'm just gonna look at Carpe Diem with the look of what do you think I'm fucking doing, and hit it with my axe.
Right, and Eldith will turn and watch this whole exchange.
Just a look.
Like, Eldith turns and watches this whole exchange and just shrugs. Right? She's too apathetic to really, like, she doesn't swing one way or the other. She's not annoyed that you're doing it, right? She's not gonna help, because why would she bother, right? But she'll watch. Meanwhile, Turvy has stopped, right? Because he's turning...
Right on, good man.
I think I still have comprehend languages. How long does that last? Let me check.
While you're checking that out,
Because I used it.
I'm not gonna make you roll the whole thing out, Katana, right? But you can fucking
I'm just gonna start hacking at it.
The darkness will shudder, and it will almost screech. You don't hear anything, right? But you feel like you should, right? And eventually it will fucking disperse, and you will clear the path.
That's weird.
I'm gonna look at Eldith and can I get some healing? Notice that I'm not looking at Glossy for that. I am looking to in a different, completely fucking different direction. Can I get some healing for that?
And like Eldith Structure says, sure, but she doesn't actually the question was, can I get healing? And the answer is, why, yes, you can. Right, but that's the extent of this exchange.
I'm gonna walk up to Elle and just
hold her hand.
I don't know what that looks like to you guys, but
I'm imagining you either holding her hand or putting your hand on her face.
Fine. I'm just gonna second wind.
All right, so you'll shake it off. You'll pull a Taylor Swift. Nice roll.
There, and I get 11, and that puts me back up at full.
So much better than DX.
There. All right, let's go forward.
All right, so I need to know when Yeah, okay, so it'll be okay. So as you guys are stepping forward here, these bits here look like they were parts of some kind of armor. All right, and I want everybody to roll me. I want everybody to roll me perception if they're going to stop and study, because everything else here has been rotten, destroyed for ages.
Yep, I botch.
Does everybody botch?
No, I don't have anything left, so I get to roll my dice.
If you roll a nat one, I'm going to laugh.
Perception. Well, I have like a plus. My wisdom is not. Oh, so close.
Holy shit!
Close. So close. So close.
Might as well.
My dice are bipolar as fuck, man. It's either a crit or a botch. That's all you get. There's no in between. You're either rolling a 1 or a 19.
All right, so it is almost like you inspect the armor looking things on the ground, right? And they resemble armor. They're kind of like made out of really well cured leather, right? And it's almost as if there was something important here that you, the players, were supposed to notice. But everything is fine. There's nothing important or at all valuable information to be found in this armor whatsoever.
Well, what
and you can
does
just ignore
Eldith check?
Eldith doesn't care.
Oh, that's right. Eldith doesn't care.
Eldith doesn't give a
Eldith
fuck
doesn't
right now.
care, and neither does Turvy.
And Turvy is too driven, right? So
Dan's back.
there's absolutely nothing significant at all about this armor I made you
Come on,
guys
I
roll
want to
dice
know the story. Come on, this is unfair.
and so Katana and Eldith are traditionally the front lines here.
Yes.
So what is your marching order?
You
got a too wide space here.
Yeah.
Wait, my back can roll a perception check too, right?
It doesn't have any wherewithal to notice the clues that would be important.
Fair enough.
What do you guys want to do since we're in the front?
Should we put Dan in the middle and me and Turvy in the back?
Sounds
No.
good.
I'm okay with that.
Or actually, Turvy should be in the front because he's looking for Topsy.
And
I
he's
will.
immune to damage.
I'm okay with letting him lead as long as he's okay with that.
He is
If
perfectly okay with that arrangement.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, then I'll stay back right
So
here.
you and me, and then oh, you're staying with Dan,
You
so
want-
I'm
Yeah, I'll
back.
watch Dan.
All right. Is this the marching order you guys want?
I'll cover our asses.
All right. So you guys will.
I guess I'll be next to Dan. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
where I want your hands.
You guys will move forward. The bat will mysteriously.
But I'm
slip
like
through
right
the
on
wall.
that front people's ass. If I need to, I'll shove my way through their ranks.
Yep. All right. So as we get here, okay, you guys will get to this part here, and just as you step around this corner right here, as you step into the room, all right, I will describe what it is that you see, and then I will describe what it is that happens, and then we'll start declaring actions. Okay. So just up ahead, you see that the floor, all right, it drops off in a steep. Like a steep just cliff, right? It's jagged. It looks like the floor here probably rotted out, or the structure underneath it was somehow dissolved or destroyed, and the floor just collapsed underneath it. This is it's one of those ever burning, never shuts off magical flames, right? And it casts a vibrant orange light, but only so far because the darkness here is so thick. Now this is more of those roly-poly purple stones. And there is a green slime. Unsurprising that in the temple to Jubilex you should find green slime. However, this looks sticky, viscid. It stinks and it reeks. All right.
I know what that is, but Katana doesn't.
And as you guys are like, just as you step around the corner, that's when you hear it. Twang. I'm gonna need to know the ACs of Turvy and Eldith. Why you guys are just like putting the NPCs in the front row. I see how this works. Sacrifice the NPCs, throw them under the bus.
Well, number one, Turvy is immune to damage, and number two, I don't have a number two. I just have a number one. I'm sorry.
I just have a
I
number
didn't
one.
think this list out at all.
Katana, why weren't you out there with the immune guy?
Oh, money
that
shot.
is
Slime smell.
an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. Disadvantage for Dan. Thank you, Arvor. All right, so
That's fantastic.
Arvor is good.
That's the same guy who bought me advantage.
Yep.
Did he buy me 1 or 2 advantage?
One.
That's okay.
And then one disadvantage.
Yeah, I know he bought me 1 disadvantage just now.
All right, so these are both crits. And they're both gonna hit Eldith. That's gonna be that's gonna be 4d6 plus 4 damage.
Oh shit.
All right. Now, all right. So 15 damage. Let me double check Eldith's
That's a lot.
Eldith's HP. What have we got here? What is actually? She's currently running off of your sheet, I
Me?
think.
31.
All right. So she's at
I ain't arguing that she's a ranger and I'm a tank. We're just gonna say 31.
All right, so Eldith steps forward, right, and just like you hear the laughter, right, and the arrows pelt out of the darkness again, right, and they hit her and she stumbles back into Dan, right, and then just like looks down as the blood starts to spill down her armor and goes, huh. And then we're gonna roll
like
initiative.
me.
That's like me.
Dan's gonna look at Eldith and be like,
So
looks like it hurts.
Yeah. So let me remove all turns. Clear. All right, now let's get this party started. These guys get initiative checks. I'm gonna roll for the skeletons together.
So let me get this straight.
Oh wait.
Eldith is bleeding, and Dan caught her. Okay.
Okay. I just botched that. I forgot to do that.
Derby gets. No, initiative is not a check that you botch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Initiative? Oh, we were supposed to roll initiative.
Yes.
Then I actually did pretty good.
Add turn for Turby. He rolled a 3. Isn't that exciting, boys and girls?
Initiative.
Why don't I have an initiative macro anymore?
Because
Not piss.
It's on your sheet.
Oh, that's on my sheet.
Yeah. So under it, click the initiative word under your
Yep, that's it.
number. Yeah.
happy birthday, Poppins.
Huzzah. Happy birthday.
All right, so we're gonna.
birthday, Poppet.
Oh my god, stop it.
Oh, I'm gonna have nightmares about that.
All right. So Eldith steps around the corner, and immediately the laugher's piercing cackle rings out and pelts across, and the arrows come through. You know exactly what just happened. Eldith doesn't seem to give a shit, and it's gonna go to Glossy first. Your action. What do you do?
Okay. Fucking laughing dicks. Can I see them from up here?
Do you see them?
5, 10, 15. What is this? Oh, that's where the floor drops off, and then there's green to my right.
Yep.
Okay. I'll step out in front, and I...
It would appear that you can't see them.
Oh, fuck buckets.
The darkness is too thick. Although, if you had to guess, they'd be across. You can just barely make out the ridge on the other side of this pit.
Okay.
So if you had to guess,
Yo,
they're just shooting
that
at you from across the
torch.
pit.
Throw the torch
What
across the bridge.
spells that I could use that could...
That's what's happening. I hope you realize. If you do that, that's happening this turn.
I'm
You're gonna do it?
actually
Can't
going to
see
try something else. Can I use Fairy Fire and target a point like here, for example?
I will allow it. What does Fairy Fire do precisely?
Yeah. Do you have to target a target with fairy fire, or do you just target an
Each
area?
object in a 20-foot cube within range is
Okay,
outlined
then
in
yeah, you could probably
by
place
light.
that line then.
Okay, then you
It's a-
specified right here, correct?
I don't see anything on the edge, so I'm going to put it like 10 feet back
All right.
from the edge. So it'll either hit stuff that's not standing on the edge or stuff that's further back.
All
Like
right.
Directly across from me.
So you're gonna
Could I
need to
roll
know.
a perception check to see if I can tell which way the arrows came from generally to give me a better idea of where to place my thing?
Can you roll to see what?
If there's a better place to place
If you
my
want
thing.
to, if you want to spend your action for the turn on a perception check, you may make a check to see if you can, like, by hearing or something, right? But for instance, dragons get a free action, like a free bonus action to perceive, so it is supposed to take
Gotcha.
an action to perceive.
Okay, well then I'm just gonna dump it right 10 feet back, right across from me. Boom.
Right there.
Wherever the
So let me
ledge
take,
is, but 10 feet back.
right there? Oh, 10 feet away from the ledge. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and that has a 20-foot,
It has a 60-foot range.
okay. But it
So I
sheds light in the
could-
20-foot radius, right? Effectively?
It's in a 20-foot cube, so a 20-foot cube is 20 feet by 20 feet.
All right, so it's 40. I would give it basically a light source of 40 and just call it a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm going to throw it right, actually back here, because I was thinking 10-foot cube. 20-foot cube is actually a lot bigger than I thought it was.
All
so
right.
I'm going to throw it right about here. And everything within 20 feet of it gets a dex save to get lit up.
Okay, so they're going to get their dex saves.
Mm-hmm.
Which I
DC
totally
is 12.
I totally have the sheet for this thing, and I'm totally on top of the stats, and I know exactly what I'm doing. This will be the
Okay.
leftmost one.
That's a good change from the normal.
Question. I was gonna. Okay. Okay.
The rightmost one fails.
Sweet. So the right one, everybody has advantage on attacks against it.
Okay.
Woohoo!
So you cast your spell, and everything lights up. It's not that there's actual light here; it's that everything in that radius has an outline around it.
It's actually only creature. Oh yeah, objects. Dang. All right. Cool.
Does the spell specify objects? Did you hit the? Can you hit the
It
spell
does
button
say
in chat?
each object in a 20-foot cube, any
Okay.
creature gets is also outlined if it fails a dex save,
Okay.
and
That
that
was
lasts
confused.
concentration up to 1 minute. And I'm also going, as I said, my Diek. I am also going to Healing Word Eldith.
All right. So roll me that healing spell, and after
Ooh.
Glossy, we'll go Gatana.
All right, so that's a mighty big gap.
That is.
You can run it.
Looking at
One.
it, your ability to jump that gap would be suspect. This right here, it looks like, I realize the map makes it look like you could kind of like edge
Is
along.
it?
You
I was
can't.
actually going to ask that. Is it a ledge or is it not?
No, it's not supposed to be a ledge, but there was
Okay.
no way for me to make it not.
No,
So like,
no, I just figured
imagine
out,
it is like too slippery and too icky, like you can't really.
Yeah, there's mold all over it, and there's the water trickling down. So you gonna slip and you gonna fall unless
Yep.
you're a rogue.
Yep.
So, oh god, the goo. Oh, the goo.
Actually, Squeegee,
Mhm.
you have 3 crits still.
I forgot. That's okay.
Oh,
We'll move forward
okay.
as if rather than like undoing it, since I've already revealed the information.
Man, I
Well,
really
what
wish I
been
had the
revealed,
athletic.
what the crit does is prevent both of them from having advantage on attacks against them.
There are much more important things for me to spend these crits on.
Yeah,
I want to save my crits like that.
action, like damage.
Yeah,
Like,
I wish I could save
I'm making it up for 365, where we had players completely wasting crits on grapple checks. I've got a debt to pay here, okay?
But the DM wasted crits on grapple checks.
Yeah, he did. I wanted you to kill somebody. You failed.
All right, so I'm assuming that the goo will be difficult terrain.
It is, yes, it is difficult terrain.
Fuck, flibberty gibbets. All right, well, screw you and your stupid chasms. I gotta walk my ass around. I suppose I could like try to throw something, but
How you gonna walk around? There's all that green slime.
yeah, I'm gotta walk through the green slime to get all the way around to the archers.
All right,
Can't jump the gap.
I guess.
You gonna jump this gap?
No.
Well,
I wonder though. I could maybe cast a web across the pit, anchoring it to the 2 sides, and you could use that as a sort of bridge.
I have a question about.
A really shitty
web.
bridge.
That is not how web works. That is not how
I'm
web
pretty
works.
sure that's not how web works.
That's not how that works.
Okay. Okay.
As hilarious as it would be.
Then, okay, so 1, 2, 3, and then, so that'll be the, if I move here, that'll be the rest of that, and then I can dash.
Yep.
So I can move here, and then I
you
will
can do
dash.
3 squares.
Yeah. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Yep.
All right.
I'm in the goo. In the goo. I'm
Leave
in the
it to
goo,
Pluto
guys.
Fairy. She's in the goo. Get in the goo. All right.
In the goo.
Dan, you're up.
Nickelodeon.
What is it? Okay, so Katana has started like as you're running through this goo, Katana, right? Like there's this slurp, slurp, slurp. It's like it's sticky and there's this suction to it each time you have to pull your feet out, right? So she's going around. There is that cackling madness echoing across the pit, and you can clearly see the enemies there. What do you do, Dan?
Crossbow didn't work last time. Katana doesn't like it when I cast a fog cloud, and I'm not sure it would do us much good at this moment. Anyways,
Actually, it would do way more good at this moment.
Yeah,
Why is
because
that?
it gives
Because we actually know where they are.
you know where they are, so you can plant the cloud between you and them, so that Katana could run around it and use it as cover. And every shot they take,
And I would actually
it
would work here. Yeah,
then
because
I'll put a fog cloud right about here, so that it's in front of them, so that when she comes out of the fog cloud, she can start wailing on them without disadvantage or whatever.
Okay. Now
If you
this
put
is
it
But they won't be able to see her as she works her way through it.
what kind of a radius is this again?
Let me just do. I think it's 20-foot radius, so it's pretty big. I remember that much. Let's see.
Should be like that, right?
$20-foot radius, so 40-foot circle, like 40 feet wide.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think this is it.
That's 45 feet.
That's 45 feet, so it needs to be one smaller.
40 feet.
There you go.
And if you dump that right over the center of the pit, then she doesn't need to worry too much about going around the outside because she can always see 5 feet in front of her.
Yeah.
And that way...
Move it just a little bit further north, though.
Like
And
this?
a little bit further north, a little bit further east. Like maybe 1 square east.
Like that.
That's west.
No, that's west.
Okay, you want it like this?
There we go. That's good.
All right.
Yeah.
So, how do you cast your spell, Dan?
Let's sit down and talk about the weather.
What's with you and this fucking weather? All right.
that's the best thing ever.
It
Yeah.
really is.
That's
It really
awesome.
is. All right, so I'm gonna send this to
There's
the
a kitty.
back.
Terrible in social situations. This is how
She's
we
literally just sitting here. I'm not
All right.
holding her.
So Glossy, your spell lights up, and then Dan throws the fog down again. All right. So you've got cover, which I think is +5 AC from whenever they're shooting at you through the fog.
Yep.
All right.
Fully obscured, yes.
All right. So Turvey's turn. All right. Turvey. You know what? Turvey is going to He's gonna back up Katana. All right. And now it's the monsters' turns. Okay, so I've got a couple of things gonna go on here. This is gonna be. Oh no, you need to be right back there. Okay, so I've got two bow shots coming right at you now. Who am I picking on?
Aren't they? Okay, how would a crit work in this sense? I guess it would still hit, right?
Yep, if they are crits.
But he would have to use up 2 of them because he has to get the better of the 2 rolls. Because he's at... Oh no, he's not at
No, I'm at +5 AC, so I'd crit.
Yep.
So I'm gonna throw 2 shots at the closest target right now is Glossy.
Yeah.
Glossy, you're gonna eat 4d6 plus 4, but because you are
Divided
slowly
by 2.
becoming definitely not a were-rat, you're gonna take 50% of this.
Nice.
That's
All right.
probably for the...
Wow! He's becoming a were-weasel.
That is way better than I was expecting.
That is much better. All right, so another like a cackling, almost as if. So you. What about? Let's talk about the weather, right? And then there's another cackling round of like it's another cackling round of madness echoes across the chasm at you. No! And you'll eat 2 right to the fucking shoulder. Boom, boom. Glossy. They don't seem to give too many fucks about this fog.
You missed!
That's awesome.
All right.
No.
And then I'm gonna ready 2 actions, and I'm gonna call it. That's the end of the monster's turns. Glossy.
Fucking...
Dicks.
guys need to learn how to talk about the fucking weather. Prickly, bony dicks. Okay. And that's going to be a Vicious Mockery. And a healing word.
Buddy with a chance of arrows.
Arbor. All right.
Oh my god.
All right. So that was a vicious mockery, and they need to make a DC 12. Which one? Are you, just any one of them?
Whichever one, because it's going to crit. But I'm pretty
okay,
sure
yeah.
that's
Which
all
I'm
of
gonna
your
make
crits.
automatically fail, so they'll take the 3 damage, right? 3 damage and disadvantage on their next attack.
No, you have a crit, so they automatically fail, or they automatically succeed, rather.
Unless, I guess you would use.
All right,
for
I'll let
that.
it fly. I'll let it fly for now. So
There, that's the 5th one. You're done. You're done
Yes.
with crits. We burned through them.
You better hope Robo doesn't hear you say that.
Robo, please, just one encounter, please.
Oh, this encounter's just getting started, bro.
Robo,
Come on.
Robo, please. Robo, please.
Don't be like that. Don't be like that.
All right,
Much sorry.
and I will begin
Robo
moving
probably
around.
likes
5,
Andy Bag.
10, 15, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And
All
I'm
right.
done.
All right. Katana, it is your action.
Okay. When I get over there, I'm gonna fucking spell it out for you. I'm gonna 1, 2, 3.
Halt. Ready to actions trigger.
Oh. No, what happened?
Well, as it turns out,
It's a goddamn cube. It's the goddamn gelatinous cube.
nope.
Please no.
Whoops, that was the wrong layer.
Please no.
Just a moment.
I'm
This should
really
go to the
worried.
token layer.
It's gonna be a gelatinous cube.
It's worse than a
I'm
gelatinous cube.
so worried.
It's worse than a gelatinous cube.
How is it worse?
Oh!
It's a pair of rust monsters.
Plus monster.
No! Okay, that is worse. You're right. You fucker.
So Matt,
Oh,
just
shit.
so you're aware, those rust monsters. Oh man, you are so hungry. All right. So hey, Katana.
I've heard bugs have a lot of protein. They look kind of like bugs.
Well, food's definitely not doing the trick. Why do they make you hungry? That doesn't make any sense. All right. So Katana. Would you be so kind as to
No.
do you like
Just don't hit
damage?
him with your
No.
axe.
Do either of those hit you, Katana?
She has
21 does.
plus 2 to her AC. Because she is inside the fog cloud.
Just barely.
But the 21 definitely hits. But the 16 does not.
All right.
Unless you got some sort of botches. Do you have botches? Or did you just have crits?
I just had crits. Nobody bought me botches.
Okay. Okay.
The 21 will hit. In addition to that,
No.
what
In
do I-
addition to that,
No.
Oh, in addition to that,
No. There's no in addition to this. There's just, okay, the rust monster attacked, and then it's the end of the round. It's the end.
Oh, it doesn't. Oh, hold on. This is.
That's the end of the round. I
Alright.
took 7 damage. That's it.
I'm pretty certain that this is like it. Yeah. So your AC drops by 1 because you're wearing metal armor.
Yep.
Num 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 num. So that's gonna be like okay. So as you're trying, and there's a cackling and the arrows flying through the air, right? And you can hear Glossy shouting dicks, right? Like and doing his thing, and then all of a sudden you hear a
Oh, money shot.
Robo had 2 botches for the GM. There you go, Robo. All
Too
right.
late. No, thank
So,
you.
all right.
I have a question. The
I'm commending. We
antenna
can
that
fix your armor.
corrodes armor is actually a separate action from the bite.
Yes, and as I have informed you before, I do buff my monsters a little bit because beats.
Okay.
has questions.
It's true.
So like you hear the chittering of the monsters, and you're like, what the fuck is that? And then you hear that, like, the next thing is you feel a small vibration on the floor beneath your feet, and you realize that something is climbing up out of the pit. And then they're right in front of you. You're like, oh my fucking god, what the hell is that? And they're on top of you, and they come at you with like bug-like mandibles. These things are the size of a very large dog. I mean, like a fucking Saint Bernard, the pony-sized dogs, right? And they're covered with these with this chitinous plating, and it comes at you, and it's just from both sides, right? 2 rust monsters, 1 katana, all right, and your armor will start to decay every time their little hairy mandibles brush against it.
So, I have a legitimate question. I have taken my move action. correct?
Yes.
Okay,
Your
they-
turn now resumes. Their actions
Okay.
triggered, right? Your turn to go. You just you had moved. You took one. You moved the amount of distance you can move
And
in
I
a
took
single
7
turn.
damage, right? Or I
Yes, you
saw
took 7
but
damage.
what was the broken shit? That doesn't matter,
your
right?
your armor class reduces by 1.
And I armor class reduced by 1. Okay, I just want to make sure I got all that. Can I use my reaction? Okay, when do you get to use a reaction?
Reactions are, if I'm not mistaken, reactions are actions that you can take when it's not your turn.
Okay.
Okay.
There's-
So
Okay.
Like an attack
what
triggered
happened
by
here
other
was
things.
what happened was these guys on the monster's turn, the 2 rust monsters readied their actions that said when she reaches this spot, we're gonna run up and sandwich. Right.
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
you reach that spot. You've moved as far as you can move without spending extra actions for movement, and you now have an action and a bonus action to take.
Okay. No, that's fine. Can I use my boat since I'm assuming I noticed that my armor is deteriorating?
Yes, you are aware of this.
Can I use my bonus action to unsheath my other set of non-axe spinner hand axes?
Does that take an action at all in 5th?
I feel like it does if you're in combat.
The sheathing takes
Would.
a like a bonus action.
Yeah, but I think
you
the
you can unsheath one weapon as part of your attack.
Yeah.
The other one is another bonus action though.
Okay, so you can
Okay.
drop your axes away and get a short sword out as part of your attack if you want to attack.
What if I use my action surge?
What does
If
action
you use
surge
another
do?
attack, you would be able to do another attack.
There you
and
go.
do another thing.
All right, so let her rip.
All right.
All right.
So, okay, I have no more action surge, and I am going to sweeping attack this motherfucker. These
right
motherfuckers.
off the cliff.
All right.
Ooh.
No, that would no. Sweeping attack is I get to do damage to 2 targets.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So, boop.
Also good.
If I hit 15.
15. Is that a hit? Let me check the stats. That is a hit.
Nice.
Yeah. Then there is sweeping attack. So I did. Oh, I have to roll damage for gut as well. Why didn't gut roll damage?
Because you click the word gut when it hits. See where it says gut main hand? Mouse over that in the chat.
Okay,
Yep.
so then I have to hit the Okay.
Yep. So then you tell it to roll
This.
damage.
Okay, so
Yep.
2. Oh. Well, wait. Why? See, why isn't it?
See what I just did? All right. In the chat, okay, you see 15, 17. Underneath
I know
the 15,
she's shown this
17, the
before.
name of the attack, if you mouse over it, turns
Oh,
red.
that's right.
All right.
Okay, we've
So you do
already
10,
gone
you've
over
done
this, 'cause
12
I'm
damage.
used to the previous one. I'm used to it automatically coming up.
Yep. So,
Okay.
so you've done 12 damage, all right?
Yeah,
Now
I
that
did
was your
12.
first attack. You have a
Well, no,
second
I
attack.
did 12 damage to the first one and then 2 damage.
The 2 damage is the bonus from the sweeping attack. So the 2 damage actually goes to the second rust monster?
Yeah.
All right, so the one behind you takes 2, and the one in front of you takes 10. All right. Now that was one attack, right? You can take take another. You could just take a stab at the guy in front of you again.
Yeah.
For the record, that weapon that you did the sweep attack with, right? We'll call it your main hand because you're gonna pull your main hand, and now you get your offhand attack, right? Your main hand is gonna deal -2 damage now because it hit 2 rust monsters.
Okay, so I'll remember that. All right, cool. Then, that's right. And I rolled gut too because I'm an idiot. But they're it's the same.
stats.
They're
It's the same
they're
stats,
not
yeah.
they're non-magic.
Not panicking right now.
Okay, I was like shit. Okay, then I will roll check real fast. And do I get is sweeping attack?
That will
for
miss.
the main? Okay, well it doesn't matter anyway. So.
So we'll just say gut is at -2 damage right now. In the I know you're not using your you're using the short sword. You're
that
not
one's
using
at
your axes.
-2, and that
But your main hand, the one that you're using on the gut macro. Okay, so as you hit this thing, right, you just straight up hit it, and the swords deteriorate. You guessed correctly. Like you don't want to be hitting this thing with metal that you care about. So this is like where you sacrifice Metallica after they sold out, right? But you keep them away from the old school albums, right? All right. So after Katana, Dan, you're up.
All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna go. Well, those things look tasty for some reason.
Yep.
And I need a snack, so I'm gonna go running at them if I can, and I'm gonna jump on the back of one of them.
All right. So that's gonna be 1, 2, moving Eldith. 3, 4. Okay, and then you're gonna have to spend your action dash. 1,
Okay.
2, 3. Actually, we can put you here because from here you could go 1. Okay, you can actually reach it.
Cool.
All right. So here's what I want you to do, Matt. Because as you get closer to that, it like instinct and impulse start to take over. Vecna's like you can hear Vecna's in the back of your
Vecna.
mind. All right. What I want you to do is I want you to roll me an athletics check with advantage.
Okay. I botch.
Wait, you have 2 botches coming?
I have 3 left.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I botch.
All right. So as you walk up and like your you know what I'm actually gonna say here because this isn't actually gonna fuck you over at the botch. I'm gonna hold that botch on this because this is the GM kicking in with narrative. Okay. You lean in. All right. Don't even bother rolling it. You grab it. It's not even looking at you. And that's why you don't botch. It's because I didn't ask for a botch. I didn't ask for a roll there. Check that out. I'm smart. I'm smart.
Ah.
And then I believe you have the prop for this, Matt.
Yes.
Okay, because as you lean in, it suddenly makes sense. You just need to bite.
Yeah. Sorry.
All right. So your fangs pop out and you sink in on the rust monster. All right, and that's gonna deal 1d4 necrotic damage.
I would like to use my reaction to go, oh, what the fuck?
Katana, did you know something about this?
What the fuck?
So that's going to be -3. Now, at this moment, all right, your vampirism has just begun to awaken, Dan. Okay?
Yes.
And here is what I am going to give you for your first stage of vampiric evolution under the influence of Vecna. All right?
All right. Yes,
Stage
let's
1.
do it.
You will get the 18 strength, dex, and con that player character vampires should get. All right?
Right.
You will have a natural armor of 12 with your dexterity score. This will mean that you get 16 AC.
Damn it.
Okay? Your regeneration power will function as follows. You get 1 HP back at the start of every turn. This does not happen if you have 0 hit points, if you took fire or radiant damage between your last turn and this one, or if you crossed through running water within the last turn, or holy water within the last turn, etc., or you were touched by sunlight since your last turn.
Woo,
Okay.
one thing we don't have to worry about.
I know, right?
Right.
You have a blood pool of 3 points. You're starting at 0. You're going to get 1 for this feeding. You can only gain 1 blood point per short rest that you take, or else you run the risk of getting bloated. And being bloated will mean you get disadvantage on everything because you can't even right now. All right?
Cause you're fat.
Because you get a case of the itis, right? You get a case of the itis. You get burping, and it's
You
just not
got the
good.
too much meat sweats.
Yeah.
Too much.
Well, got too much of me.
You will lose 1 blood point every night while the party is resting. If you drop to -1, you will fall into torpor, and you can only be revived with a blood point, okay? You can still die the same way everyone else can using the same rules. You cannot receive any healing from healing spells or potions because you are undead. Feeding. If you're feeding against an unwilling target, it will be a grapple check. This will deal 1d4 necrotic damage. All right, each round you feed, you will gain 1 blood point. All right, so you can actually continuously spend multiple actions in a row, if need be, feeding on blood.
All right.
When you feed on a creature,
money
the Nerd Diana
shot.
Spoken Tech did 2 crits for Dan. The fangs were too good. Respect. All right. When you feed on a creature, the GM will tell you that you have an upside and a downside based on that creature. I will also tell you when this fades, it is temporary. So when you're feeding on rust monsters, you're going to get some rust monster stuff. All right. So that hunger finally fades and you get that tasty, like, it's rich, it's sweet. It tastes not at all like blood. It's the best thing you've ever had, right?
Oh, yeah.
And you're drinking and lapping it up, and then you start to feel, as though like there's a soft layer just underneath your skin of some crackly, papery, like, you know, when you move your fingers, it crackles like crunching paper. Okay, out of character. If anything hits you that is made of metal, you have the rust monster's defense.
Yay.
Downside.
Hmm.
Downside. You can no longer speak except in chitters.
Finally.
Exactly. All right, like this will be temporary, okay? Nor will it be the same every time you feed on a rust monster. All right, that's in this moment. Welcome to being a vessel of Vecna. All right, so that is Dan's turn. Did you write all that down, Matt? If not, I can paste it to you, and I'll give it to you in Discord.
Yeah, paste it to me anyways, because I got as much as I could, but it was moving pretty fast.
All right.
Oh boy.
So with that big reveal out of the way, I can no longer be like, stop, don't tell anybody the vampirism. I can just...
That means I also can't cast spells.
Not with verbal components currently. I will, however, allow you to, because that was not my intent, was to shut down your spellcast.
No. He doesn't have magic missile, so he's worthless anyway.
And on that note, as Dan's vampiric nature bursts through and finally takes over, we're going to have a top of the hour break right now.